Hello everyone, how are you? Hope you all are doing well and studying well for your examinations. Welcome to today's topics, and the topic is neuromuscular junction and the action potential generation. Many times I have talked about action potential, or you must have read about the action potential. But what is it? How is it generated? How it is, brain or the muscles or anything, they come to know that this is the time to get, start off with the different kinds of contraction processes. So let's understand what is this action potential generation and how does this work. Now, coming to the neuromuscular junctions. As the name suggests, neuromuscular means it is the interface, or it is the interaction point between a neuron and a muscle junction. See, for any action potential to be generated, nerves need to be a part of that system, or part of that, working system or the working conditions. So because these are basically the electrical signals, they will work through the ion gated channels. And in the ion gated channel, there will be potassium, calcium, sodium. These are the important ions that are going to make the electric the efflux or the voltage. Like in physics, we read the voltage, the potential difference that can be only created through the ions. One more important thing you have to remember, that for such ion gates to get opened, some kind of neurotransmitters also needs to be there. Until and unless the neurotransmitter is there, it cannot work. So let's focus on this particular diagram and let's understand what are the different things. Now in a nerve cell, if we talk about a nerve cell, there will be cell body, okay, there will be dendrites and there will be axons. Axons will be present at the terminal end, okay, at the terminal end of the receptors. Okay, like receptors can be anything, like it can be photoreceptors, it can be chemoreceptors. In this case, particularly, it will be the muscles. Okay, it are the muscles. That means every muscle fiber is innervated through a neuron, or you can say the axon terminals. Fine. So axon will be, suppose this is a cell, this is the brain cell. I'm just drawing a very cartoonish type of diagram. This is the soma or the cell. This is the dendrite. It will have a long axons. These axons terminals. This is axon. And in case most of the cases, there are exceptions also. This axon is myelinated. That means they have a cover of these myelin sheath. Myelin is basically fats or lipids, you can say. You can see over here. Let me just switch it on. Yes. You can see this is the axon and this is the myelin sheath. This myelin sheath actually helps in the, just like a relay race or like a jumping jacks or something like that, they actually help in the propagation of the action potential or any electric impulses in a very faster manner. So now every story or everything is based on this portion, because this is the terminal end of your axons and this will be a suppose a muscle fiber. So basically this, what is the synapse? Where two neurons, they meet, junction of meeting, or a neuron and a receptor cell, they meet. Now such neurons which actually take the which actually get the impulse to these muscles, it is known as somatic motors or motor neuron. Okay, so that means in this case, this nerve or this particular nerve ending, this is the somatic neuron. That's the axon of a motor neuron or somatic motor neuron. Now, at the end of these terminal, of the axon, there are neuroreceptors vesicles or synaptic vesicles. These synaptic vesicles, they contain ACH. What is ACH? Acetylcholine. Acetylcholine is the neurotransmitter. So we can see, and at the bottom of the, you can see at this portion, this is the muscle cell. This is the muscles basically. Okay, the neurotransmitters gated this I'll explain you. This is the muscle. Now, whenever there is a muscle or a, you can say a nerve and a muscle, they are meeting, that is called motor end plate. That portion is called motor end plate. Which portion? Where the nerve or the axons, terminal axons containing the neurotransmitters or the synaptic vesicles, they meet with the muscles. Okay, they meet with the sarcolemma. If you remember, sarcolemma is the plasma membrane. And these receptors, they actually, it is a simple process. Once these receptors, these neurotransmitters, they are in contact with the muscle cells. Okay, the action potential is generated. How? I'll tell you. The action potential will pass through the sarcolemma to the T tubules, and it will go towards the SR. Calcium will come out. Calcium will go towards the troponin, myosin, tropomyosin complex. That will be removed. Actin binding sites and myosin binding site, both of them will act. They will react, or they will come in contact with each other, and cross bridge formation will take place, and the muscle contraction starts. Okay. Now, up to this much, it is absolutely fine. Let's understand how the acetylcholine releases and what it does that creates this voltage or action potential to work. Now, motor neuron plus muscle fiber, just a moment. Motor neuron plus muscle fiber, it's equal to motor unit. How it works, let's understand. As soon as the impulse is reached, okay, some kind of stimulation, mechanical, it can be thermal, it